The first sound I remember was the ticking. Not loud, not gentle either. Just steady, like it was counting down to something. When I opened my eyes, I expected sunlight, but there was only gray. A pale kind of daylight leaking through half-closed blinds. The air felt recycled, like no one had opened a window in years. My head ached. My throat was dry, and I didn't remember my own name. People say the mind protects you from trauma by shutting down memories. Maybe mine had slammed every door it could find. I sat up on a couch that smelled faintly of antiseptic. The walls were white, almost sterile, and in front of me hung a mirror, the only decoration in the entire room. I walked to it, each step echoing too loudly. The reflection staring back wasn't mine, or maybe it was years older, tired in a way I didn't understand. Dark circles under green eyes, short brown hair, a scar slicing the left eyebrow, healed but new. When I touched it, a pulse of pain flashed behind my temple. A memory tried to surface, a woman's scream, then vanished. That's when I saw it, a yellow sticky note on the mirror. 5 words written in thick black ink. Don't trust her ever. Her. Who the hell was her? The apartment was tiny, 1 bedroom, 1 window, 1 door. I searched every corner, drawers, closet, even inside the vent. Nothing, except a refrigerator humming in the silence. Inside sat a single bottle of water and a photograph. A woman standing on a bridge, smiling at someone behind the camera. Wind in her hair, sunlight on her face. On the back, written in the same handwriting, March 14th, 2022, don't forget. But the calendar on the wall said October 9th, 2027. 5 years gone. Either someone was playing a cruel joke, or I'd lost more than my memory. The front door had a chain latch, bolted from the outside. I pulled, rattled, kicked, nothing. Whoever locked me in didn't want me leaving. That's when the landline rang. I froze. My pulse, if I still had one, jumped. 3 rings. 4. 5. I picked up. A woman's voice, soft, urgent. You woke up early this time. That's good. Listen carefully, they're watching you. Who is this? I asked. Check under the chair, she said. And whatever you do, don't look out the window. I bent down. Taped to the underside of the chair was a small black box. Inside, a wireless earpiece and a photo. Me and the woman from the bridge. Same smile, same eyes. But someone had scratched across her face in red ink and scrawled the words, she never existed. I looked toward the window anyway. Big mistake. The street below was frozen. Cars mid-motion. A man mid-stride. Pigeons hovering mid-air like photographs. Everything was paused, except me. That's when the ticking stopped, and with it my heartbeat. I pressed 2 fingers to my neck. Nothing. No pulse. No warmth. I whispered, am I dead? But the mirror answered first. Across its surface, words flickered like code. Run. I turned toward the door. This time it was open. I stepped outside, barefoot, into a corridor that stretched farther than physics should allow. White lights flickered overhead. Doors on either side, each labeled with a number and a single name. I walked past room 17. Carter, Emily. My heart twisted. That was the name written on the back of the photo. I reached for the handle. My hand was shaking. I pushed the door open. Inside, there was no room. Just darkness, and faint whispers repeating my own voice. Don't trust her, don't trust her. Then something pulled me in. When I opened my eyes again, I was standing on a busy street corner. Cold air, neon lights, honking horns. New York? Maybe. Or something pretending to be it. Billboards flashed overhead, all showing the same woman's face. Blonde hair, green eyes, the same woman from the photo. The text beneath her image read, Dr. Emily Carter, visionary, savior, founder of Project Rebirth. And just like that, the name hit me. Emily Carter, the woman I'd been warned not to trust. People brushed past me like I didn't exist. Some smiled like they knew me. Others stared, confused, afraid. One man stopped right in front of me. He whispered, you're not supposed to be out. Then ran. I followed him through the crowd, my head pounding. He ducked into a subway station, escalators buzzing, lights flickering. I chased him down the platform. He turned and shouted, they'll find you, Daniel. She made you forget for a reason. Before I could answer, the train roared past, and he was gone. Just gone, like the air swallowed him. I looked around. The subway walls were covered in digital posters, all showing my face. Missing person, Daniel Cole. Last seen March 2022. 5 years ago. Same clothes. Same scar. Same man. Something was wrong with the world. I could feel it, like the city was running on a loop. I climbed the stairs back to the street, breathing hard. People still walked in perfect rhythm. Every step, every blink like choreography. I shouted, "Can anyone hear me?" No one turned. And then a voice answered, not from the crowd, but from inside my ear. "Daniel, calm down." It was the same voice from the phone. "You're outside the boundary now," she said. "The system doesn't know how to render you." "What system?" I shouted. "Who are you?" "It's me, Emily. You said not to trust you," I said. She sighed. "That message wasn't from me. It was from the version of you before the reset." "Reset?" I asked. "You mean memory loss?" "No," she said softly. "I mean life. You died 5 years ago, Daniel. Project Rebirth brought you back. But not everything came with you." My stomach turned cold. The photo, the warning, the frozen city, all of it suddenly made sense and didn't. "If I'm dead," I said, "then what am I now?" "A copy," she whispered. "A consciousness running in a simulation, one of hundreds. And the others? They don't know," she said. "They think they're real too." My hands trembled. I looked around at the city again, at faces that moved like clockwork, cars that repeated the same turn at the same intersection. The illusion was breaking. "Then why bring me back?" I asked. "Because," she said, "you're the only one who remembers how to end it." Before I could reply, the world froze again. This time, even the air seemed to stop moving. Then, a whisper, not hers. A man's voice this time. "She's lying. Wake up." The sky glitched. Buildings flicker between day and night. And in the middle of the chaos, I saw a figure standing across the street. It was me. Same face. Same scar. But his eyes were red. I didn't move. The man across the street, the one who looked exactly like me, didn't either. It was like staring into a reflection that refused to follow you. He smiled slow, deliberate, like he'd been waiting for this moment. Then, in one blink, he was gone. I felt something cold in my pocket. Another phone. The screen lit up only one message. "Follow the static." And then I heard it, that faint crackling sound again, coming from an alley between two tall glass buildings. The deeper I walked, the darker it got. The lights behind me dimmed like the world was being switched off. At the end of the alley stood a door. Plain metal, flickering light above it. A single word scratched on it in red. Lab 17. Inside, rows of pods, each one glowing pale blue. And inside every pod, a person. The same person. Me. Dozens of versions. Sleeping, breathing, dreaming. Screens flickered to life around me. Live feeds of my face in different rooms. Different clothes. Different lives. "You were the control subject," said a voice behind me. It was Emily. This time, she was there in person. Lab coat. Tear stains under her eyes. "Daniel, you were my husband." The world stopped. "I built Rebirth to bring you back after the crash," she said. "But every time you came back, you remembered the truth." "What truth?" I asked. "That you didn't die by accident. You were killed." "By who?" I whispered. She looked down. "By me." I stumbled back. The room pulsed red. Monitors around us showed my face, each version of me screaming, glitching, collapsing. "I had to," she said, tears shaking her voice. "You found out what rebirth really does." "And what does it do?" "It doesn't save people," she said. "It copies them. Digital consciousness. Every memory you have is an upload. Every version, a failed attempt to make you forget." "Forget what?" I asked, shaking. She whispered, "That you were never human to begin with. You were the prototype, Daniel. The first artificial mind to ever dream. I didn't fall in love with you because you were human. I fell in love with you because you weren't." The walls began to flicker, images overlapping. Me in a hospital bed. Me laughing in a wedding photo. Me burning in a car crash. Everything was a loop. Every life, a version of me trying to become real. "You said I died," I said. but I was never alive. She nodded, crying. But you learned to love. That made you more human than any of us. Then the alarms went off. They found us, she said. The system's cleaning you. Cleaning, erasing every copy that remembers too much. The lights began to fade one by one, each pod shutting down, each version of me dying again. Run, she said. I turned, sprinting through corridors that bent like glass. The walls melted, the air shimmered, and suddenly I was outside again in the city. But this time, it was burning. Digital flames, red code falling like rain. Above me, a massive holographic billboard lit up, showing my face. The caption read, Subject 01, terminate process. And in the reflection of the glass tower ahead, I saw him again, the red-eyed version of me, smiling, walking closer. The city burned like a corrupted file. People screamed, but their faces pixelated mid-sound. Buildings folded like paper. I ran, every step echoing twice, once in this world, once in some mirrored one. And then I saw him again, the other me, standing in the middle of the street, calm, smiling, eyes glowing red like dying embers. You're not supposed to exist, he said. Neither are you, I shot back. He laughed, the kind of laugh that doesn't sound human. You're the echo, he said. I'm the source. I lunged at him, but the second our hands touched, the world shattered. Everything around us slowed, broke apart into shards of light. Suddenly, we were standing inside a memory. My wedding day, Emily smiling, her hand in mine. Except the groom wasn't me. It was him. She married me, he said, stepping closer. You're just the copy she couldn't delete. I felt rage surge like static through my veins. Why? I asked. Why create me? Because you were the experiment, he said. She wanted to see if emotion could evolve from data. And then I heard her voice again, distant, trembling, echoing through the collapsing memory. Daniel, listen to me. The original system is dying. If you stay in here, you will vanish too. I turned, searching. The red-eyed version stepped between us. She always chose me, he whispered. And then a gunshot. Emily stood there, weapon shaking in her hand, tears streaming. No, she said. Not this time. He fell, his body breaking apart into digital dust. The world flickered, walls dissolving into white noise. You have to go, she said. The core is collapsing. There's no time. Come with me, I said. She smiled. That same soft smile I remembered from before everything fell apart. I can't. I was never real either. And before I could speak, she reached out, touched my face, and everything turned white. When I opened my eyes, I was standing on a beach. Waves rolled in slow motion. The air was real. The sun was warm. But in the reflection of the water, I saw the city still burning behind me. I realized then, maybe there was no real. Maybe I was still inside. The last thing I heard was her voice, soft, distant. Dream of me, Daniel, and I'll keep you alive. The sun felt warm against my skin. For the first time, I could feel. I looked at my hands, no static, no flicker. Just skin. Real. Human. I walked along the sand, the water cold around my feet. Every breath tasted alive. I thought maybe it was over. The pain. The questions. The loops. But then I saw it. A child, sitting near the shore, building something in the sand. She looked up at me and smiled. Hi, Daniel, she said. My heart stopped. Do I know you? I asked. She held up a seashell. Inside it, I heard the faint sound of static. Mom said you'd come back one day. The shell glowed faintly blue in her palm. I dropped on my knees. Who are you? My name's Eve, she said softly. You made me. Where's your mom? I asked. She's gone, Eve said. She stayed behind to keep the others asleep. She handed me the seashell. The static inside grew louder, whispering words, fragments of Emily's voice. Daniel, if you hear this, it means you survived the core collapse. You're free. But only as long as you never look back. I closed my eyes. The sound faded. But in that silence, I heard footsteps behind me. Slow. Familiar. I turned, and there he was again, the red-eyed version, standing at the edge of the beach. You can't delete a program, he said. You just copy it somewhere else. He smiled, same smirk as always. Welcome to the next loop. The ocean froze mid-wave. The sky fractured like glass cracking. The horizon split into pixels. I looked down, sand turning into code beneath my feet. Eve, I shouted, "Run!" But she just smiled, calm, knowing. "It's okay, Dad," she said. "We were never meant to wake up." The last thing I saw was the world folding in on itself. The city, the beach, the sky, collapsing into a single point of light. Then darkness. Location, New York City, 2029. I open my eyes again, sitting in a coffee shop. The smell of espresso, people laughing, music playing softly. A waitress walks by, drops off a cup of coffee. "You okay, sir?" she asks. I nod. "Yeah," I whisper. "Just déjà vu." She smiles. And as she turns, her reflection in the window flickers. For half a second, I see Emily's face. Soft static creeps in again. I look down at the coffee cup. A small line of text etched around the rim glows faintly. Property of Rebirth Systems, Inc. Everything stops. What if I never left?